Hi, Dating Hermit here, blogging about my experiences of the dating scene in South Florida. For some reason, I always have these thoughts when I'm in my car, so I had to pull over and just write about it. And I think one of the things that I wanted to talk about that I don't see in a lot of other videos, which was really helpful for me, was an actual skill of like a triad of things. So, first, understand who you are and where you come from and what you bring to the problems in the relationship. Or, secondarily, try to really walk a mile in the other person's shoes. And tertiary, imagine that if there was a fly sitting in the room watching your interaction with your significant other, what would that fly observe? So, in all honesty, in my marriage, I really married a nice human being, beautiful woman, and primarily, I think I don't have anything negative to say about her per se, aside from I wish it had worked out, but it just mutually did not. But the one thing that I learned about myself, even after having therapists, marriage therapists, and friends and family members telling me that I was right and I should get divorced, and the reason I didn't was I realized that there were certain things that I brought into the marriage from my previous experience with my family and my dating life and so forth, where I wanted to please and make everything perfect. And as I've now found out, and especially listening to some of the other personalities on YouTube, when you give somebody something that they don't value, which let's say in my case was more love, it's a waste of time and energy. And so, if the person is interested in money, or if the person is interested in notoriety, or whatever they may be interested in, that's what you need to provide. Otherwise, if you think that buying them a set of tires is gonna show them how much you care about their safety while they're on the road, they're like, I don't really want a set of tires. So I really needed to understand that there, to some degree, more or less, the quantity doesn't matter. I brought in things from my own past that affected the relationship. The secondary would be to really understand where the other person comes from. And it took me a while to not see through the lens of my own experience that, family should be successful if there's plenty of love and so forth. My ex-wife was a very practical person, so money came into play and responsibility and so forth. And I really started to understand that her viewpoint wasn't necessarily right or wrong, but it was just a different viewpoint. And the very last thing I observed was how, as a fly on the wall, I would be okay for, let's say, 2, 3 months trying to do my best. And then, let's say I had a rough day or someone cut me off in traffic. And so when I came home, I was already primed for um, kind of being less tolerant. And then so there might be a blow up or not a blow up, but I don't know what the right word would be, but like a disagreement. And that's what led to a lot of our problems as well, from my understanding of things. And so I think that if you want to be successful in a relationship going forward, post divorce or post whatnot, really take some time and really see the problems that you brought in and how you view the world and fix those problems if you need to, or address those problems by accepting them, or just be honest with the other person like, hey, this is what I don't like. So, for example, for me, I cannot tolerate any more boss women. Um, and the majority of the women that I've run into in Florida that have the kind of other qualities that I like, which is high achiever, very intelligent, culturally enriched, these are usually women that are very interested in increasing their value through career and so forth. And so they may not value some of the traditional things that a man can bring to the table because for them, they could just get it themselves. And so you kind of have to understand that. And so take a look at yourself, sit with yourself for a while and figure yourself out before you try to go changing someone else. It's so much easier to move yourself than to move an entire mountain. So, Dating Hermit here. Send me your stories and your thoughts. Don't need your subscriptions, don't need your likes. I'm actually just really interested in growing and understanding. Cheers.